Peace and love, everyone. What's up? Okay, I wanted to just shed a quick thought on my perspective surrounding the fight, I guess. Not so much the fight, but just the antics surrounding some recent statements made by Canelo Alvarez. Of course, he has his fight coming up with Jaime Munguia, the fight that I really don't give a damn about. I'll just preface it with that. And I think many people agree as well. So they had their kickoff presser yesterday. And, once again, some outlandish foolery took place. Canelo went off on an absolute tangent during his post-presser interview, for that Jaime Munguia promotion kickoff. When he was asked, basically for the umpteenth time, we always know that Canelo, for quite some time now, has been pursued by brave media outlets and correspondents and fans alike regarding the subject of him and David Benavidez. So once again at this presser yesterday, he was asked if he is ever, if there is ever going to be a possibility where he will have the impetus, the urge, the desire, or the courage, basically, to finally at some juncture face his biggest rival in boxing, that being David, the Mexican monster, Benavidez. To which Canelo responds, quote, "He has nothing to offer me. He brings nothing to the table. All he brings and all that he would bring are the 25 pounds extra on the night of the fight. That's all. If a promoter were to come to me and say, I'll offer you $150 to $200 million, then I'd fight tomorrow. That would be the only way I'd fight him. I don't need to prove anything to anyone." End quote. This is his statement. Canelo then goes on to say, this fight with Jaime Munguia should be respected because it is more important than the other fights. What the hell? There's just, I can't even wrap my mind around it. What the fuck planet is this man existing on, y'all? The fight with Munguia is more important than the others? Excuse me, who the fuck asked for this fight, sir? I sure as fuck didn't. And thousands of others haven't either. Thousands of others who concur with me have not asked for this fight. Last time I checked, nobody was blowing up your DMs, knocking on your door, having all types of, fantasy matchups, and Munguia being one of the ones that people were so fervent and hype over seeing you fight. Munguia was never on the table. So where are you going with this? You know good and goddamn well that the only fight that will grant you basically Super Saiyan status, even beyond where you are now, is the fight with Benavidez. You know goddamn well that that's the fight everybody wants to see. Stop acting brand new, okay? Nobody gives a fuck about Jaime Munguia. This is the same man, if I'm not mistaken, who ducked the hell out of Demetrius Andrade just like you did. Just like you did. Is that why he got the fight with you? Is that what granted him the privilege to stand before you in the ring? Are you guys in some type of we ducked Andrade brotherhood? So he basically skyrocketed and shot right to the top of your list to fight? Based on that ducking brotherhood that you guys have? The only fight of relevance outside of Benavidez is a rematch with Bivol. But we all know that you've also made it quite certain about Bivol, just like you did with Benavidez, that, you have made certain to stand every bit of clear away from that fight with Bivol because you don't want your ass beat and handed to you a second time. So that is what that is. But that is the only other fight of relevance for you, sir. Where is the boxing world on this, is what I want to know. Moreover, where are the people who say that they respect the sport? I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Then why the fuck are you still boxing? I want to see you retire. I want to see Canelo retire after this fight with Munguia. If that's your stance, retire. Go plant some goddamn flowers somewhere. Boxing enthusiasts should not entertain Canelo after that pompous, careless, turgid statement that he made. How the fuck dare you, sir? It's absolutely absurd that he would posture in front of that camera with his fucking Men in Black glasses, okay, and his goddamn Dennis the Menace haircut and make such a claim without any of the people there saying a motherfucking word about it. Just standing there, just surrounding by doting fanboys, grown-ass men ready to bust it open for their hero Canelo. Happy to just have gotten the interview with this man. Happy to just have a face-to-face with this man. It's preposterous. These people who call themselves media and fans alike have no tact, no heart, no standards other than what prevails as a master narrative or a dominating narrative or a trend. They have no scruples, no criteria of their own. They just go with the going current. Whatever is spoon-fed. Sorry to burst your bubble, sir. But so long as you're in the fucking sport of boxing, you should be boxing the elite around you. You don't get a goddamn pass because you've made millions. Okay? If you have the nerve enough, the goal enough to call yourself the face of boxing, you should be looking at everything, every single thing considered a threat as food. If that's not your disposition, get the fuck out of boxing. And yes, I took it straight there because it needs to be said. He has to be held accountable. I don't give a fuck if he's the world's most ass-kissed boxer around today. Get the hell out of boxing if you don't have anything to quote unquote prove or work for. Why are you here? Hang up the gloves. Hang them up. Go make yourself a glass of lemonade and sit in the backyard and watch your kids frolic among the daisies. Go do that. Get out of the way of the young gunners and the young warriors who are indeed about that life. This is not a diva show. Step the fuck aside. Now, there's no doubt that Canelo has competed among, some significant names in the sport throughout the years. There's no doubt about that. This is no slight to what he has done, okay? To the names that he's faced, the notable people, Cotto, Mayweather, Lara, so many, good people, Jacobs. We can go down the list of the people that he's fought and that he's faced, But that does not in any way allocate him the leeway to escape continuing to compete among the best. What's done has been done, bruh. Okay? That's what you've done. But the wake-up call is that you're still here. You have not retired yet. So long as you are still considering yourself the best and the face of the sport, you must fight the best in the sport. That's on period. I don't care what anybody's emotions, lead them to believe or to assume. The man still considers himself the face of boxing. He still considers himself, the best. He's still definitely high up pound for pound on people's lists the world over. So that means he must fight the other people considered to be pound for pound around him. You do not get a pass because you fought such and such back in the goddamn day. You do not get a pass because you've made such and such amount of millions of dollars. You are still training. You are still active in the sport. What is the problem with you facing the best among you? What the fuck do you mean you don't have anything to prove to anyone? Not to the degree that you're assuming. What the fuck is wrong with fighting the best? If that's the case, should we really be calling this man the best? Should he really be eating off of and living off of yesteryear? We got to think about that. We got to think about that. If he had the resume that he had up until today, and let's say, he decides to retire after Munguia, then that's okay. We can hold him up to that standard, on the account of what he has done in the past up until the point of Munguia. That would make sense. But to my knowledge, there is no, retiring after Munguia or anything like that I know of. So should he continue to still be boxing after his fight date in May with Munguia, then, the question is, should we really be giving him this title, this prestige, this acclaim? Should he really be allowed to sit down and paint his goddamn toenails without having to work to maintain the status of the best in boxing or the face of boxing? You don't just get to have that, thrown at your feet and you don't got to do nothing for it, motherfucker. This is not how this works. At least not with real boxing enthusiasts and boxing loyalists. Maybe the fanboys will be happy to, wash your ass all goddamn day. Not over here. Hell the fuck no, not over here. You got to work for that. You got to earn that. You must continuously be proving yourself and stepping up to the plate and showing that heart and showing that valor. No. You don't get to take vacations over here. You got to work for that. You got to work for my support, because the support, it has no problem being given to you, but you must work for it in order to hold it, in order to be given that value. No, this is, I don't like the diva-ness of that. And he is way too comfortable, just throwing weight around that he hasn't assumed, that he hasn't been ready to defend. He doesn't get that pass with me. You fanboys let him get away with motherfucking murder if you want to, because, he's your motherfucking, poster boy for whatever, image it is that you like, and, he just gets to sit off and eat, off of some shit that he did 10 plus years ago. I don't give a damn, bro. So long as you're active now, you need to be actively competing among the best. There is no pass, no excuse, no bypassing of that. And he needs to be held accountable. Where are the people doing that? He should have had no place to say such things without having 50 lashes following that interview. He should be pressed by every fan, every media outlet out there. What the hell? Anyway, y'all, that sounds crazy to me. I'm definitely not about that life. I'm for the real. I'm for the best fighting the best. I'm for the elite, sharpening their swords with each other. And this man is just a 100% diva, and I'm not down with it at all. Anyway, y'all, tell me what y'all think. I'm on to the next piece.